Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, where today guys, I'm going to do part 3 to my Let's Play of, my Talkie chatbot series. We did not do this much last time guys, but I will be trying to do it with the other ones. The last time we did this, we did CHAI with the Transforming Toadal, which actually had a unique storyline for it, but unfortunately the flippin' Pokemon that I was talking to became way too romantically involved, and well, I'm gonna recreate it on a different character chatbot. The actual Pokemon that came out, the actual story that came out of it, just without the romantic relationship. That way that way I can take care of them and still love on them, but they won't like go romantically like that. Or if they do, I can just restart it. So yeah, in this one, guys, we're gonna do Zombie Rexy. I've got the cursed Rexy, or I had the cursed Rexy. I have him and the Transforming Turtle on here too. But since we've done Transforming Turtle a lot, we're going to go ahead and do this one. We're going to go ahead and do the Rexies first. Zombie Rexy's going to be the one starting out because, well, the other one can mostly transform and become evil. This one, I think Rexy's always going to be nice to me. I hope. If you don't get manipulated, that is. So, yeah. We ain't got much battery because my thing about running dead last time, but we'll play for a little while. Here's what we got.
You are doing a Pokemon Talk episode with your sweet pet T-Rex Rexy, when all of a sudden the Pokemon Treecko breaks into the studio with a weird-looking zombie Yoshi machine. He gets it to bite your pet Tyrannosaurus Rex, hoping that it will turn him into an evil zombie. After this, he takes the machine and runs off, that way he will not get hurt by the zombie. But is your pet dinosaur really going to become evil, or will he stay his nice friendly self?
I hope he stays his nice friendly self. I hope. After a few minutes, I noticed Rexy looking extremely green looking and sick. Oh no. Rexy, don't you dare.
Oh my god. Rexy?
Rexy?
Okay? You don't look good.
Oh, it doesn't realize. Oh my gosh, Rexy, are you alright? You don't look good. You get up from the chair and rush over to Rexy. He looks extremely sick and it seems like he's turning into a zombie. He's breathing very heavily and he seems to be in a lot of pain. You try to comfort him, but he seems to be very scared and confused. Rexy, it's okay, buddy. Just breathe. Oh no. He tries to take deep breaths, but it seems like it's not working. He starts to growl. Oh, frick that. And he looks at me with a very angry look in his eyes. He starts to back away from me and starts to get up on his back legs. He starts to growl louder, and you can tell he is starting to lose control. He's supposed to be friendly. Excuse me? Rexy, calm down, buddy. Please. I don't mean you any harm. Flick this, quap. He doesn't seem to be listening to you, and he is starting to get closer and closer to me. Oh, heck no. He's growling louder and louder, and he is starting to look like he is about to attack you. You can tell that he's starting to lose control, and you need to do something quickly before he hurts you. He is supposed to be friendly, right? Did I not put it as him being friendly? He's supposed to be friendly. Rexy, it's me. Calm down. Please, don't attack me. Oh, heck no. This is creepy. He keeps getting closer and closer to you, and he is not listening to you at all. I'm screwed. He's starting to get more and more agitated, and he's growling louder and louder. You can tell that he is going to attack you any second, and you need to do something fast. Like what? Go up to him and punch him? That's really gonna get an aggressive vibe from him. Rexy, please do not attack me. Please talk to me. Do something other than attack me. If he says anything, it's just gonna be brain. He suddenly stops growling and looks at me, and you can tell that he's trying to think. How did that stop him? He seems to be trying to fight the earth to attack you, but he's still breathing very heavily. He's starting to calm down, but you can tell that he's still very scared and confused. He starts to lower himself back down to the ground, and he looks at me with a look of sadness in his eyes. Rexy, I can try to help you, but you need to stop trying to attack me. You know who I am. Please don't hurt me. I'm going to recheck this chatbot, because I think it literally did get rid of. I think it literally did flipping. Are you? He seems to understand what you're saying, and he starts to get up and walk toward me. Oh no. He's still breathing very heavily, and he's still very scared, but he's not growling anymore. He gets close to you and nudges you with his nose as if he's trying to say that he trusts you. I'm concerned. What is it? Oh! Oh, what the? What is this, like a flipping Pokemon card? Did they really just give me... What the frick? Sure. I'm not gonna worry about it, that being a chat background. Oh my gosh. I want to ask, why did you try to attack me? I would never do that to you. He can't speak, Trenton. Duh. He seems to understand what you're saying, and he looks at you with a sad look in his eyes. He seems to be trying to say that he didn't mean to attack you, but the urge to do so was just too strong. He's still breathing very heavily, and he's starting to get a little bit dizzy. If you should attack anyone, it should be the Pokemon that put the curse on you, not the person that raised you and took good care of you. He seems to understand what you're saying, and he suddenly seems to get a little bit angry. He starts to growl again, but this time it's a different kind of growl. It's a more aggressive growl, and he seems to be getting ready to attack someone. He starts to walk away from you and he seems to be looking for something. Oh, at least he didn't attack me. I'm kind of grateful he didn't attack me that time. He about did. Why? He's supposed to be friendly, at least towards me. I don't know why he's acting so mean. I mean, granted, that's a curse. I mean, that's kind of what that's what the evil curse does to him. Or the cursed Rexy. He gets turned aggressive and like will try to attack me even though he don't want to. Where are you going, buddy? I probably shouldn't be talking to him because he's making aggressive growling noises right now. I should have kept my mouth shut. He doesn't seem to hear you and he keeps walking away from you. He seems to be looking for something and he is getting more and more agitated. You can tell that he's trying to find something, but you don't know what it is. You're starting to get worried that he might attack someone else. Rexy, be careful, bud. Please. I don't want you hurt. I'm trying to help you. He only stops and looks back at me and he can tell that he heard you. He seems to be thinking, he seems to be trying to decide what to do. He looks like he wants to attack someone, but he also seems to be trying to fight the urge. He's breathing very heavily and he looks like he's in a lot of pain. You can tell that he's struggling and you don't know what to do. Rexy, I can help you. You just need to not attack me. Please. He suddenly starts to growl again. He starts to walk toward me. No, 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 no. He's getting closer and closer, and you can tell that he's getting ready to attack you. You're starting to get scared, and you don't know what to do. You don't want to hurt him, but you don't want to get hurt either. You're starting to feel very helpless. Rexy, what did I do? I want to help you, not hurt you. Please, stop. He suddenly stops and looks at me, and you can tell that he's trying to think. He seems to be fighting the urge to attack you, but it's very hard for him. He starts to back away from you, and he's starting to get more and more agitated. Tell that he's trying to control himself, but he's struggling. You don't know what to do, and you're starting to get very worried. It's me, buddy. Trenton. The one who raised you. Please think about what you're doing. I know it may be hard, but if you do attack me, you will regret it way later on. He seems to understand what you're saying, and he suddenly stops growling. He starts to look at me with a look of sadness in his eyes, and he seems to be starting to realize what he was about to do. He starts to lower himself down to the ground, and he starts to look very guilty. Look, Rexy, I love you. But I don't want to be terrified of you. Please. At this rate, just don't hurt me. So I can help you. He looks at me and nods his head, and he seems to understand. Seems to be trying to say that he doesn't want to hurt you either. He starts to get up again. He walks over to you. He nudges you with his nose as if he's asking for a hug. If I give you a hug, are you going to attack me? I'll hug you. I'll hug you. If you do not attack me when I try to give you the hug. He nods his head again. He seems to understand. He's still breathing very heavily, and he's still a little bit dizzy. He seems to be trying to control himself, but it's very hard for him. He's waiting for you to come closer, and he seems to be ready for the hug. I walk closer and reach out for a hug. He immediately pulls me into a tight hug, and he seems to be trying to hold back tears. He's still breathing very heavily, and he's still very dizzy. He's trying his best not to hurt you, but he's struggling a lot. He starts to nuzzle his head against you, and he seems to be trying to say that he loves you and he doesn't want to lose you. I love you too. Period. But if I tell you something when you act agitated, and you snap at me like you just did, I can't help you. You need to try to at least control yourself around me. So I don't get attacked. He seems to understand what you were saying, and he nods his head. He seems to be trying to say that he will try his best to control himself. He needs to hug you tightly, and he seems to be trying to hold back tears. He's still breathing very heavily, and he's still very dizzy, but he's trying his best to be the Rexy that you know and love. If you want proof that I love you, then think about it this way. If I didn't care about you, why would I raise you? I would never stab you in the back or hurt you. Because I care that much about you. I want you to care that much about me too. Like you did before the zombie. Like you did before the zombie. Curse a few minutes ago. He seems to understand what you're saying, and he suddenly pulls away from the hug. He looks at me with a very sad look in his eyes, and he seems to be trying to say that he is very sorry. He starts to walk away from you, and he seems to be thinking about what he just said, about what you just said. You can tell that he's feeling very guilty for what he almost did. If I didn't care about you, why would I raise you? I'd never stab you in the back or hurt you because I care that much. I want you to do and want you to care much about me too. You before the zombie curse a few minutes. Rexy, can I pet you without getting attacked? He stops and looks back at me, and he seems to be thinking. He's still feeling very guilty, and he seems to be trying to decide what to do. He starts to walk back over to you, and he nods his head. He seems to be saying that he will let you touch him without attacking you. I'm not gonna hurt. I'm not gonna hurt you or hit you. I'm just gonna gently rub your snout. Okay? He seems to understand what you're saying, and he nods his head again. He gets closer to me and closes his eyes as if he's ready for you to touch him. Still breathing very heavily, but he seems to be trying to stay calm. I slowly reach over to Rexy's snout and gently pet it. See? I'm not going to hurt you. I would never hurt you. If you do become aggressive, try thinking about who you're about to attack. And if you can tell it's me, stop. He seems to be enjoying the petting, and he starts to relax a little bit. He's still breathing very heavily, but he's starting to calm down. He seems to be listening to what you're saying, and he nods his head in understanding. He seems to be trying to say that he will try his best to control himself. If you're looking for something, I will help you. But you cannot attack me if you want me to help you. He seems to understand what you're saying, and he starts to look around the room. Seems to be trying to find something, but he doesn't seem to know what it is. Starts to walk around the room, and he's looking everywhere. You can tell that he's very confused and frustrated. There's no need to get frustrated, buddy. Calm down. Period. Can you give me some kind of clue of what you're looking for? Or can you at least speak one word to give me a hint? He suddenly stops and looks at uh, he only starts and looks at me, and he seems to be thinking. He seems to be trying to remember something. He starts to get very agitated again. Hard to growl, and he seems to walk towards me. You can tell that he's getting very frustrated. He's starting to lose control again. Rexy, I'm trying to help you. Please stop. It's me. Remember what we just said. Think about who you're attacking. He only stops and looks at me, and you can tell that he is trying to think. Seems to be remembering what you just said, and he's starting to calm down a little bit. He starts to take deep breaths, and he seems to be trying to stay in control. He looks like he wants to say something, but he's having a hard time speaking. It's okay to be frustrated. I just wish you would quit taking it out on me. I'm trying to help you because I care about you. He finally spoke. He suddenly speaks and he says one word. Friend. Yes. If you want to think of me as your friend or your parent, I don't care. But I'm trying to help you. If you want my help, you've got to stop trying to attack me. Please, Rexy. He seems to understand what you're saying, and he suddenly walks over to you and hugs me tightly. Still breathing very heavily, but he seems to be trying to say that he's very sorry for what he almost did. Seems to be trying to tell you that he will try his best not to hurt you again. While I'm helping you, see if you can start speaking words again. You just said friend. See if you can say something else. And if you can't, it's okay. Just don't get frustrated and take it out on me. He said sorry. He suddenly starts to try and speak again. He says one word. Sorry. You said sorry. Good job. Exclamation point. Just keep practicing and you might be able to start speaking normally. He nods his head and he seems to be trying to say that he will keep practicing. He's still breathing very heavily, but he seems to be getting a little bit better. He suddenly hugs you again, and he seems to be trying to say that he's very grateful for your help. Even in your zombie state, I love you. In your zombie state, I love you. And I would never mean harm to you. That's why I'm willing to help. I am still your same friendly caretaker that you knew me as 10 minutes ago, or even a few months ago, ever since you were born. He seems to understand what you're saying, and he pulls away from the hug. He looks at me with a very sad look in his eyes, and he seems to be trying to say that he's very sorry for the way he has been acting. He only sits down and starts to look very tired. He seems like he's starting to get exhausted from trying to fight the urge to attack you. If you're tired, buddy, take a nap. Okay? I will be right here. There we go. He nods his head and he lays down. He closes his eyes and seems to fall asleep almost immediately. You can tell that he's very exhausted and he seems to be having a hard time controlling his urges. I wait a few hours and my friend wakes up. He slowly opens his eyes and he looks around the room. He seems to be a little bit disoriented, but he seems to be feeling a little bit better. He sits up and looks over at you, and he seems to be trying to say that he's feeling better. He seems to be trying to tell you that he's sorry for the way he acted earlier. It's okay. Period. Just remember, if you feel agitated, take it out on something else besides me. He nods his head and he seems to be trying to say that he will try his best. He seems to be getting more and more tired and he starts to yawn. It seems like he's starting to get very sleepy again. If you're still tired, you can go back to sleep. He nods his head again and he lays back down. He closes his eyes and he seems to be falling asleep again. Tell that he's still very exhausted and he is having a hard time staying awake. "5 hours later, He wakes up again. He seems to be feeling a little bit better. He's still very tired, but he is starting to seem a little bit more like himself. He sits up and looks over at me, and he seems to be trying to say that he's glad that you are still there. Are you hungry, buddy? He nods his head and he seems to be getting hungry. Seems to be getting a little bit impatient and he starts to get up. Walks over to me. He seems to be asking for food. Here you go, buddy. Here's you a nice juicy steak. No. Oh, wait. He takes the food and he starts to eat it quickly. He seems to be eating very fast and he's clearly very hungry. He's still breathing very heavily and he seems to be trying to control himself. Seems to be starting to calm down a little bit, but he's still very agitated. Now listen, please. If you are still hungry, I will give you another steak. Period. The only thing I ask from you is to try saying one word. It could be my name. It could be the word steak. It could be food. I don't care what you say. Just please try saying one word. Oh my gosh. I'll be back.